I found out I was pregnant around 4th of July of 2014. It wasn't until about 20 weeks that we went to see our OB. He informed us that the baby was behind in his growth, that they couldn't find one of his kidneys, and that they found a hole in his heart. At 26 weeks, we went in for just the weekly
ultrasound.
And in that moment, Dr. Jacoby says, you need to go to the hospital immediately.
Like right now.
I lived in Spring Valley Hospital for 3 weeks. So then just prior to his birth, we were transported to Sunrise Hospital.
And approximately 1 in 10 mothers experience preterm delivery. When we have a baby born preterm, the earlier they're born, the higher the risk.
And literally like every day makes a difference. You know, then when the doctor's like, it's today, and you're just worried about, what's going to happen with my baby.
Melissa and Jeff came with a very beautiful son, born 10 weeks early and small for his age. In addition to his prematurity, he had underlying heart disease.
And then they got him out, and he was in trouble right from the get-go, and they had to resuscitate him before they could even get him out of the operating room.
Typically when babies are born, you hear them cry. And my son never cried.
No. We were in the NICU, and the nurses and the doctors were all just so professional. They have to do a lot of things for your child, like adding surfactant to their lungs to be able to help them to breathe and to make the air sacs open up and expand and kind of move against each other smoothly. It's funny because he never made a sound, but he was the most expressive human being I've ever seen.
For any family that delivers an extremely premature baby, and we're talking about a baby that's born 8 or more weeks early, it's impossible not to develop a bond with these families.
She was very much about kangaroo care, and there was no shying away from changing a diaper or taking a temperature. We were actively involved in taking care of him. It gave us a sense of closeness with our son that we wouldn't have had otherwise.
And the comorbidity of prematurity and heart disease, unfortunately, resulted in Robert not getting to go home.
All of the doctors and the nurses were making excuses about how they couldn't really be there at the end, to let him go. And then when we had to let him go at the end, they were all standing right there, helping us to say goodbye.
And I am so grateful that for 7.5 months, I had my son.
He gutted it out all the way to the end, and, he never, ever quit. I think his legacy, frankly, is still being written.
I would never wish this on anybody. And if there is a way that we can prevent it, or find the way to prevent it, I say go for it.
These babies need help, and they need our support, and there are so many things that, you're doing at March of Dimes to help with that cause.
So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight and ask you, how can you help support the mission of the March of Dimes and make every baby have a fighting chance? Thank you.